What's going on, guys? Jules here, personal trainer, Freeform Fitness Wellington. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the basics of muscle building. So in order to build muscle in the gym, you need to have two things, right? You need a workout program and a nutrition plan. So we're gonna go into depth for those two things in this video. So if we look at the workout program, let's take a look at the main variables that are gonna impact muscle gain, hypertrophy, muscle growth. So the first one and the second one are probably the most vague or the biggest ones. We're gonna talk about safety and enjoyment, all right? Because your workouts need to be safe, first of all, for longevity. Because if you don't have longevity in your workouts, you will never see a consistent progress in your muscle growth. So first of all is safety, to go for that longevity so we can train for a longer period of time without any injuries or without any setbacks. Second is enjoyment. If you don't enjoy those workouts, you're not going to do them. It's as simple as that. So you want to enjoy the workouts so that you keep on doing them and you like going to the gym. So find something, a plan, an exercise, a type of exercise that you enjoy and do it safely, and then you're set for that longevity. Now we're gonna break it down into micro variables. And when we're talking about this here, we're talking about the volume of your workouts, the frequency, the intensity, the exercise selection, and the rest periods. So those are 5 micro variables that you can play around with in order to maximize muscle growth and strength gains. But today we're going to go more into specifically with the last one, which is time under tension. So we're going to go very specifically into what that is exactly, and we're going to break it down for you guys. Time under tension is directly correlated to two things: form and range of motion, all right? So if we go to the exact definition of time under tension, again, let's go to Google. Let Google tell us. Time under tension refers to the amount of time a muscle is held under tension or strain during an exercise set. During time under tension workouts, you lengthen each phase of the movement to make your sets longer. The idea is that this forces your muscles to work harder and optimizes muscular strength, endurance, and growth. Now, what does that mean? All right, so time under tension is basically the time in which your muscle is working, exerting force, whether it is through a eccentric motion or a concentric motion. You want to make sure that you have time under tension throughout those movements, all right? And that, again, all goes down to form and range of motion, because if you have good form, good range of motion, you will naturally have a proper time under tension. So if we look at a study, Schoenfeld study from 2015, it was a meta-analysis on tempo for hypertrophy. So tempo is also time under tension, and it was determined that between 0.5 seconds to 8 seconds of tempo for one rep, if you're anywhere in that range, you're gonna have the same result. All right, gonna break that down a little bit for you guys. So 0.5 seconds is basically that's pretty fast. I wouldn't go to that extreme, because it would mean that you're basically taking a quarter second to bring the weight down, a quarter second to bring the weight up. This is very, very fast. But if you look at the 8 seconds, that would mean that you're taking 4 seconds to bring the weight down, 4 seconds to bring the weight up. which is extremely slow. But both of those numbers have been shown to have the same results in terms of hypertrophy and muscle gain. So now where would you want to be? I would say on a regular basis, a client or a trainer or somebody that works out is usually around the 2 to 4 second, all right? Which is either 1 second down, 1 second up, or 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. I would say that's the sweet spot. So again, we go 1 second eccentric part of the movement. When we're at the bottom of the movement, it's 0 seconds. So as soon as you get to the bottom, we push back up for 1 second on the concentric part of the motion. And then once we're at the very top, our starting point is 0 seconds again. So we control the movement down, hit the bottom, press back up, control, hit, back down. So that's the 1-0-1-0 tempo, okay? So if you want to do some sort of pause rep, you would have a 1-3-1-0 type of tempo. So it's also been shown in that study that if you go over the 10-second mark in terms of tempo, which is 5 seconds down, 5 seconds back up, that's where we start seeing decreases in muscle gain hypertrophy. So now we're going to go into the nutrition aspect of building muscle, because you can do everything right in the gym and you'll get okay results, especially at first. But what's going to push you to that next level and maximize your muscle growth is going to be your nutrition. So let's break it down. First of all, calories. Where do we go? Well, in order to gain muscle mass, I would recommend being at a maintenance level calorie or a calorie surplus. Now, the surplus, it can go from 100 over your maintenance to 500 over your maintenance. It can go into that range. If you look at the 500, that will allow you to gain approximately 1 pound per week. Are we saying it's going to be 1 pound of muscle per week? No. Some fat gain are going to be going along with this 100%, but that's normal. So if you want to lower the chance of getting those fat gains while optimizing muscle building, then you can play around in the lower ends of that 100 to 500, but your mass gain will be slower. All right, so now let's break it down into macro levels. So we got 3. We got the protein, the carbs, and the fat. Protein, how much do you need to maximize your muscle gain? I would recommend, again, to go 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Now, why do you need protein? Well, when you're in the gym, strength training, you break down muscle tissue. You create micro tears in those muscles, and the protein that you're going to consume is going to be the building blocks into repairing those muscle tissues, therefore making them grow bigger and stronger. Example, this is your muscle. You train it, you create a micro tear. Well, tissue has to go back in place, all right? So the protein are going to go in there, help build that tissue, fill in that gap. So your muscle was this big before, after it's going to be this big. And then if you continue that process continually and you're frequent with your workout, you're consistent with your workouts, then it's just going to keep on expanding and repairing and replacing that muscle tissue. So that's how you grow bigger and stronger. Next is going to be the carbs. All right, carb sources, they're your best friend. They're your body's preferred source of energy. Not everybody is as tolerant to carbs as others, so just keep that in mind. Some people can eat carbs all day, every day, not gain a pound. Other people, they eat carbs 1 meal a day and their bodies just doesn't know what to do with it. So just keep that in mind with the carbs. But that being said, it is your body's preferred source of energy. And in carbs, you count the grains, the vegetables, the fruits, all of that. And they're just a great way if you want to, again, push those limits, go into that calorie surplus. It's just a great way to add those calories. So carbs, body's preferred source of energy, great for muscle building. Fats is the next one. Again, fats, I would go 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fat per pound of body weight. Fat is an excellent source of food, all right? for just your overall health. You need fats. Your body needs fats. It needs that minimum of fats, all right? Especially those fish oils, all right? EPA, DHA is what you have in fish oils. It's been shown to show a lot of benefits in muscle protein synthesis on a long term. Okay, so you won't see immediate results with those fish oils, but if you stay consistent with them in the long term, they're gonna improve muscle protein synthesis and again, help you make those gains. Now, the question that I get a lot is, can I build muscle and lose body fat at the same time? The answer is yes, in certain situations, okay? Not for everybody. If you've been training for 20 years, it gets harder and harder. But for those newbies in the gym, you want to start training, is the perfect time. Your body's new to weightlifting. Your body's looking for ways to adapt quickly to the loads that you're putting on your body right away. So when you're starting out, when you're beginning, it is the easiest way to gain muscle, lose body fat right away. So if you're new to the gym, to working out, take advantage of that. It's something all of the veteran lifters would want to go through again. On that note, I hope this video helped you out to kickstart your weightlifting, muscle building journey in the gym. Hope I was able to give you all the tools that you need. If you have more questions specifically on the things we talked about that I didn't get a chance to go around, let me know in a comment. Just like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to get more information like this, and we'll see you in the next one.